Hey everybody, welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're going to be making deviled crab from my grandmom's cookbook from 1987. We were going to be making deviled crab cakes from a recipe that was in the Bucks County Courier-Times from 1998, but that recipe was making a lot of crab cakes, and my family is small yet mighty. I'm going to do the recipe that's in the book because it is much more family friendly. I'm not making it for a bunch of people. I don't know if you noticed, but I got this fancy new apron. I got it for Christmas from my mother-in-law. Got my name on it. How's it look? Looking great, looking good, feeling great, feeling good. It's been a while since we've been together, but holidays are stressful, and I don't know. I lost the whole week between Christmas and New Year's. I don't even know. I don't know what happened. I don't know where it went. But we got school tomorrow, so back at it tomorrow. But for today, deviled crab. Deviled crab casserole? It's kind of a casserole. Let's get started with what's going in our recipe. First things first, 1/4 of an onion chopped and 1/4 of a green pepper chopped. The recipe said 2 tablespoons onion chopped, 2 tablespoons green pepper chopped. It didn't seem like enough. Just 2 tablespoons is like nothing. So I just did 1/4 of each one. 3 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of flour, 3/4 cup of milk, 1 pound of crab meat. The recipe calls for cooked crab meat, and they want it to be flaked. But listen here, sister friend, we ain't rich, so we went with imitation crab meat. Ain't no shame in my game. If you can't afford it, then you can't afford it, and that's fine. So gotta do what you gotta do, because crab is expensive. In our seasoning mix, we have 1 tablespoon of parsley, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground mustard. 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. This is actually all I had left in my bottle, so. Oh, an egg, slightly beaten. Ah, how did you miss the end of the recipe? Well, since we're here, you needed an egg, slightly beaten, so let's just give this a whisk. Slightly beaten, don't overbeat it. It didn't do anything to you. 1 egg, slightly beaten, and 1/8 teaspoon of hot sauce. That says Tabasco. We are a Cholula family, so we're gonna go with this. So your first step is to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. We've already done that. Then next, in a medium saucepan, you're going to add your butter and your onions and green peppers, and you're gonna saute them together until the vegetables are tender. So first things first, butter in the pan. You're gonna heat your butter over medium heat until it melts, and then you're gonna mix in your onions and peppers and start to saute them until they're tender. But you can hear it sizzle. We can get fancy. No, don't get fancy. You gotta whisk it to get the biscuit. Do you wanna watch from this way? Do you want to see? That's what they look like. They're swimming in the butter. This page is dirty. I like it when they're dirty because that means it was used, or it was at least open while she was cooking. But this page has deviled crab and Down East crab meat pie. I wasn't really sure which one I was going to do, but I didn't want to make pie crust. So we went with deviled crab, which is originally what I wanted to do anyway. But sometimes life, man, you know, just life. Let's turn this down a little bit because my butter's starting to look a little golden. One of my favorite smells is onions and peppers frying in butter. It's also one of those things that while I feel like it smells really, really good, the taste doesn't deliver. It's not, the smell and the taste are not equal. They smell delicious, but it tastes like onions and peppers. And that makes me sad. I'm gonna add the flour. So 2 tablespoons of flour. I'm gonna sprinkle it in. And you wanna let it kind of cook down for a minute or so, and this is just to kind of cook off the flour flavor. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. It's a little bit hot. You want to make sure you're constantly whisking so it doesn't burn. So your next step is going to be to gradually add your milk. You don't want to add it all in at once, so add a little bit at a time and give it a whisk. It's gonna start to thicken and kind of be pasty, and that is exactly what it's supposed to do. So this is what it looks like right now. Can you see it? I'm like holding it weird. It's thick, right? And as you slowly add the milk, It'll thin out a little bit, but I think for this recipe, you actually want it to be a little thicker. It almost looks like mashed potatoes. She's thick. Science. This is what it looks like currently with all of the milk in. And the recipe says for you to bring it up to to bring this to a boil until it thickens. This is already pretty thick, but the one key thing you want to do is constantly stir, because otherwise it'll start to stick to the bottom of the pan and it'll start to burn, and it will not taste very good. I think this is the thickness. I don't think it's going to get any thicker than this because this is already pretty thick. That is what it looks like. It is creamy. So next we're going to dump in our crab. Get it, all of you. I'm just going to flake some of this a little more. Do I know what I'm doing? No. Do I care? Also no. 2025, new year, new me. Just kidding. Still me. So now you're just gonna mix in your crab, get it all well incorporated. It's like a weird mayo casserole, crab mayo. Huh, interesting. I've never made deviled crab before. You've probably already suspected that. Spices in next. This is the parsley, mustard, and salt. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire, wash your sister. Just kidding. Worcestershire sauce. Your beaten egg. And a little bit of razzle dazzle. A dash of this. Or multiple dashes. Whatever you like. Do you like it spicy? All right, well, that's what she looks like now. Your next step is to lightly grease a 1-quart casserole dish or 4 individual baking dishes. I've just got some olive oil spray. Now that you've greased your casserole dish, you're gonna spoon your mixture into the dish. I feel like this needs a crust, you know? It's like a pot pie, creamy crab pot pie. So that's what it looks like in the dish. Nothing goes on top of it. So now that this is ready to go, we're gonna stick it in the oven at 400 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes uncovered. Once it's all finished, we'll give it a taste. Okay. Whew. Hot on my face. Okay, 25 minutes, please.
Wow.
It's all finished out of the oven. I let it cool down enough just so I could hold it. It's probably still gonna be hot once I scoop it out, but this is what it looks like. Let's give it a taste. It's still a little hot. I lied a little bit. So, smells good. Out of all of the crustaceans in the sea, crab is my favorite. So let's hope I like this and give it a try. It smells good. Cheers. Happy New Year. It's interesting. It tastes good. I don't really know what deviled crab is supposed to be. I guess as is, it's just like a creamy, it's like the inside of a crab cake, right? So the creaminess of the inside of a crab cake. We'll probably mix this with some rice or something. I think it's delicious. It's got the good flavor of a crab cake. The spice is nice. I'm a texture person. So like it being too creamy, I need crunch, right? So I need crunch in it. Maybe on a piece of toast. Final thoughts. Is it my first choice for dinner? No, but that's just personal preference. Like I said, it's textured like the inside of a crab cake. I need the crunch factor, so I could probably add something to help that for myself. But if you're not into like that everything real soft and kind of mushy, then maybe this isn't for you. If you are, then it's got good crab flavor. So if you're into that, then maybe you'll like this recipe. If you're not into it, you could always turn it into a crab cake. Maybe before you bake it, put it in the fridge, let it get cold, and then put them in patties and egg, breadcrumbs, fry. Great. This was interesting. Let's get into what we're gonna get into next time. I don't remember where I put it. Was it over here? What did I decide? It's this. It's this. So, for next time, I'm gonna go back to sweets. We're gonna go to bars specifically. No, not the kind that you drink beers at. The kind that bake in a pan. Those kind of bars. Maraschino cherry bars, to be specific. So let me show you the recipe. I have always been a fan of cherries. Cherry pie, cherry filling, maraschino cherries, cherry flavoring, all that stuff. I saw this and I was like, maraschino cherries. Not the best of the cherries, but delicious nonetheless. So we're gonna do maraschino cherry bars next time. I'm excited for that. Anyway, Happy New Year. I hope you had a great holiday season. I hope you come back and see me next time. If you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks. Bye.